Welcome to Tom's Aviation. Stay tuned for the next video and make sure you like and subscribe.
Hey everyone, how you doing? I'm Al Waterloo and I work for Cirrus Aircraft and I live here in Chicago, Illinois, and we're at the Bolingbrook Airport today at Clow International Airport. Fun fact, I actually had an airplane rented to go fly to Meigs Field, but unfortunately we know the outcome of how that all developed, but it's exciting to be here. And one of the things that I really love about aviation is the people. At a place like this today, it's really fun to have people come out and see beautiful airplanes and talk to people and learn their stories and everything. And it's really fun. People sit and ask lots of questions of, you know, how much does this airplane cost? What color name is this? And everything like that. But the reality is like you could do some really cool and fun things with this brand new SR22 Turbo. It's 1 day old on Friday. It's Sunday today. It came off the line on Friday afternoon and it stopped in Minneapolis. So cool. On Friday afternoon, it came off the assembly line, it went to Minneapolis, and now it's here. So it's really fun. People have been walking by and saying like, hey, I can smell the new leather smell, which is amazing. So, but I wanted to take some time and just walk you around the airplane really quick and show you a few things. So my favorite thing, for those of you who know me and match my shoes to the airplane, is that I love bright colors. So I'm super excited about this because this is a Volt colored airplane. It's been an absolute hit. And you know, when an airplane is painted like this, something completely different, people have a lot of fun around it, and it's super exciting, and it brings a lot of joy. So a lot of selfies have been taken around the plane today, which is great. So Volt, awesome color. But another thing that a lot of people have been asking about is the propeller. People have come up and said, hey, what can this do? Why? It doesn't sound like it's metal, which it's not. It's a composite propeller. And this airplane can go all the way up to 25,000 feet. And I'll need to use that coming up next week. I'm actually flying this airplane to Alaska. So it's kind of a cool life for this airplane so far, from Minnesota to Chicago, and then it's going to Alaska and back. So it's really fun. Another thing that I've liked talking about, and that we get a lot of questions on, is this wing. What does this wing do? There's this kind of a unique shape to it. And the inner portion of the wing focuses on high-speed aerodynamics, so it allows the airplane to go very fast. So when you're up at cruise altitude, the inner portion of the wing is doing a lot of the heavy lifting. It allows the airplane to go fast. So I can go from Chicago to New York City in just 3 hours on a tank of gas, non-stop, no problem. The inner portion, when you start looking at this, it's a little bit thicker and wider, and it sort of looks like a drooping slat on an airliner. And that's all for low-speed aerodynamics. So you're able to have such a great controllability, and you feel really confident in crosswind landings. It's a little windy out here today, so this outer portion of the wing at low speeds gives you all the controllability, and it comes in great for landing. A lot of people have been asking, how many people can this seat? And it's really, the answer is 5. You can put 3 kids in the back or 2 adults up front, but if you're going to have 4 adults, you know, the airplane can be packaged as that, and people can fly with 4. So it's fantastic.
What's the payload?
So what I can do, the SR22 Turbo ends up, you can carry whatever you want. So a family of 4 would be able to get from Chicago to Washington, D.C., you know, based on their weight and balance. But if it's just me, I can make it all the way from Chicago to, on certain days, Orlando, Florida, or anywhere on the East Coast nonstop. So it's absolutely fantastic. So it's going to be a lot of fun. But one of the things that we really love to do at Cirrus is make sure aviation gets better, and it's always in a better place. So whatever it happens, whatever you fly and whatever you do, make sure you leave it in a better spot. Help others get into aviation because it's super amazing. And the best part is, whether you could do that through an Instagram picture, a YouTube channel, anything on social media, because we need more people to experience this. It's a lot of fun. And everything else will take care of itself. So you can follow me on Instagram at al.waterloo. I also have a YouTube channel called Al Waterloo if you want to see some really cool Cirrus stuff. But it's an honor to help and be a part of the community, and I wish you well. So I get a lot of questions on normally aspirated airplanes or turbocharged airplanes, and I fly an SR22 turbo here in the Midwest almost every single day of the year. And this airplane has a twin turbocharged 315 horsepower airplane, which enables a lot of capability. In the winter, I really focus on flying in getting through icing layers, which we can do with the flight into known icing feature on this. And then also, like on our trip to Alaska, we're going to need the capability to go high. So we can go up to 25,000 feet on that. We talked about the propeller, but that really enables that kind of capability up at that high altitude. You can see how wide these propeller blades are. It's absolutely awesome. But the reason why they're so wide is that the air is really thin up at 25,000 feet, so they need to take a big bite out of the air. That's why they're wide. So, but the really other nice thing is the whole airplane is designed around being comfortable for both you and the passenger. As the pilot, you really want to be physically comfortable. So does everybody else in the airplane. But when you're physically comfortable, we'll take a look inside. When you're physically comfortable, you're having fun, you're relaxed, you make good decisions, and your fatigue level's way down. So the propeller, the capability really reduces stress and noise vibration, and what that ends up doing is allows you to be able to feel good and fly a lot longer and farther.
What is cruise on?
So when I typically fly around, I end up planning on flying around 200 knots of true airspeed. I could get up into 15, 16, 17,000 feet regularly, and I'll see airspeeds of that. The nice thing about the turbocharged airplane is I can fly it fast or slow, whatever my comfort level is. And believe it or not, that over about 85% of the customers that I personally work with here in Chicago, they don't have their license, and they buy a Cirrus, and they learn to fly in it. And the big thing to learn or think about is they've got a grander vision than just getting their pilot's license. They want to go places and use aviation. And we teach them that and actually transfer that knowledge and show them the way and how to travel. And once they learn how to travel and use aviation, a byproduct of that is just they'll get their license, their private license, their instrument rating. Some people get their commercial license, and then even step up and do a bigger airplane. It's totally cool. The most important thing, like we talked about earlier, is being comfortable in the cockpit. For the pilot, it's physical comfort and comfort as an airman, making sure that you make good decisions. And all of this technology that's based in the airplane really helps enable that. Clear thinking, being safe, making good decisions, and most importantly, having fun. That's why we're doing this. The cabin is set up so that it's optimized for great comfort. You've got all the familiar comfort of a car. It's very approachable for passengers. The back seat is actually the most comfortable, believe it or not. A lot of passengers will get in. They can Bluetooth to their to the airplane, just like you can in your car, to listen to music. You've got XM radio, air conditioning, and the phone. And this airplane even has an app that's connected to your phone. And you could be sitting at home and see how much fuel is on board and do all your pre-flight planning. So you could be at home and figure out all the details that you need for your pre-flight planning. So there's so many things that the airplane can do and enable that's absolutely awesome, and you can really have a real sense of adventure and be comfortable doing it. So this airplane has some of the coolest technology that's available. You can be fully connected with your iPad or mobile phone and device into the avionics and fully integrated, so you can transfer your flight plan, capture engine data, and really sync with the airplane. But the really nice thing is that the Garmin Perspective Plus system, which is based off the Garmin G1000 NXI, but this is fully customized for Cirrus. So there's so many extra features, that the safety features that are embedded in this airplane that don't exist in any other kind of G1000 NXI system. We have a blue level button. We have a couple layers deep in the software on the autopilot. We've got flight envelope protection, so that if we end up going too far in a bank or too fast or slow, the autopilot will momentarily kind of nudge us back into a normal flight condition. But the bigger thing is that thinking about your normal workflow, when you're flying IFR and having a great time, you want it as simple and easy as possible. So I'm going to stop here for a second. You want it as simple as possible while you're flying. So keeping your focus on what matters and letting the computer and the system fully integrated and using the integration of the system really help make a big impact on your flying and your comfort level. So that's awesome. I really hope you enjoyed the little tour and insight of aviation here locally in Chicago and with this beautiful SR22 turbo. And if you ever want to get involved or start looking or just become more involved in aviation, you can do a couple things. You can go to cirrusaircraft.com and really check out, there's fun, my favorite thing is you can go and configure your favorite color combination on an SR and take a screenshot of it and post it on social media. You can hashtag it Cirrus Chicago and we'll see it and comment on it. Also make sure to tag Cirrus. There's no doubt that you'll get a thumbs up and a like from our team down in Knoxville, Tennessee, and they'll love it. So, other thing, if you want to learn to fly, check out cirrusapproach.com. There's so many cool training videos, little things. I call it Sesame Street for pilots. There's little bite-sized episodes of learning content that you can take on. It's funny, you'll chuckle through it, but it's very easy and approachable to get going. So we'll see you out there. Thanks so much and take care.